Greetings fellow guitar travellers, it's Rowan J. Parker here, returning to you once again with another Lick of the Week. This week's Lick of the Week is the very first thing that I could ever play fast. I saw this some years ago, many years ago in fact, in a music store. Some guy was playing this lick and I was just blown away because I'd never seen anybody play anything quite as quick as that before. So I went up to him and asked him what it was he was playing, and he showed it to me. And so now I'm going to show it to you. So we hope you enjoy. Before we get into the lick, I'd encourage you to head on over to my website, which is www.rowanjparker.com, which is finally, at last, live. Hurrah! Excellent. And you'll find a whole bunch of guitar stuff on that channel, and most of it is free. And there's a lot of stuff you can download, and there's a shop where you can buy instructional books and videos if you're interested in that. Alright, well, let's get straight down to it. This week's Lick of the Week. Okay, well, we hope you enjoyed that little lick, and I'm going to get straight down to showing it to you. We'll break it up into its little constituent fragments before we start gluing it all together. So there's really only two fragments, or two left hand shapes, and the first fragment is this one, which is a semitone and then a tone shape, that shape, which is a great little left hand exercise for developing your hammer-ons. And let's just take this little 6-note fragment and we'll move it across in octaves just to give you an idea of the three different positions we need to play it in. So the first octave is going to be low E 2, 3, 5, then A 2, 3, 5, right? We move that up an octave and we're going to have D 4, 5, 7 and G 4, 5, 7. And up one final octave, so we're going to go to B 7, 8, 10 and high E 7, 8, 10. Okay, get the idea? And we just glue this all together in, you know, three different octaves, we'll get this thing. Which is a great little thing to play. Not exactly what the run is, but it's just a great sounding thing in and of itself, alright? You really want to practice that separately. Okay, so that's the first kind of shape fragment that we're going to need. The next one we're going to need is this span, this shape, which I've referred to in other videos as being a stretchy, call this a stretchy shape, because it's 5 frets across the instrument. So in this particular case it's low E 3, 5 and then 7 and then A 3, 5 and 7, and the left hand fingering is 1, 2, 4. Now if you're just getting into hammer-ons you'll find this span feels uncomfortable because, you know, the hand is forced to open out. If you start to struggle with this, what I suggest you do is, if you're one of these guys who's a thumb over the top of the neck sort of player, is drop your thumb behind the neck of the guitar and spread your fingers out. When I just turn the guitar around, you can see where my thumb is. It's on the back of the neck, about halfway down, and it's in line with the second finger. So where the second finger is going to fall on fret 5, that's basically where my thumb would be. And if you watch my other videos, you'll see I play like this habitually. It's just the way that works for me technically. I've never really been a sort of thumb over the top sort of dude, particularly. So we're going to take that 6-note fragment and again we move that in octaves. So here's the next octave. And then we're going to move it a final octave. So let's just give you the locations of these other two octaves, alright? So second octave on the D string, we've got D 5, 7 and 9 and G 5, 7 and 9. Alright, and then on the top two strings, B and E, we've got B 8, 10, 12 and high E 8, 10, 12. So again, this is a great little thing to practice, just get the left hand moving. Sounds pretty impressive, you get it quick and it's got good range as well. Alrighty, so that's the two fragments. Let's look at now how to put them together to actually create the run, the proper run. Okay, let's show you the construction of the run now. So basically the way it works is it's just the first fragment followed by the second fragment, and we repeat that in octaves. See, it's a very simple idea. Okay, a lot of these quick runs are, you know, very kind of obviously sort of mathematical in their construction. That's why you can play them so fast, because they're just little units which you glue together to produce something which sounds, at the end of the day, pretty astonishing. But you break the thing down, you can see that, you know, there's a little fragment. It's a very simple thing. So let's go and show you the verbal tab for this directly. Alright, so first fragment, you've got low E 2, 3, 5, A, 2, 3, 5. Then the second fragment is low E 3, 5, 7, A, 3, 5, 7. So our first octave, that one. Alright, second octave now, we've got D, 4, 5, 7, G, 4, 5, 7, then D, 5, 7, 9, and G, 5, 7, 9. So it's the same notes, same 12 notes, and the octave up. Get the idea? And then we move one final octave up. So we're starting on B7, and it's B7, 8, 10, E7, 8, 10. Then moving up, we've got B, 8, 10, 12, and then high E, 8, 10, 12. So that's our final octave then. Alright, so that's the run. Why don't we play it very slowly. Okie dokie, very simple, and obviously legato technique, so continuing the theme of the previous few videos that I've done, which is basically one pick stroke, two hammers. Oops. Get the idea. Pick, hammer, hammer, pick, hammer, hammer. Sorry to spoil the magic for you, but it's actually pretty straightforward. Alright, now when we get up to this very top note, we're just going to do a tiny little thing at the end, which I'll go ahead and show you now. We're just going to add a tap, little tap slide thing at the end, just to sort of resolve the line. So let me just show you what that's going to be. When you play the last 6 notes, then reach across with the right hand, tap, high E14, then slide up to 15 and slide back down to 14. Now obviously this will be totally inaudible unless you have some distortion. Let's try. Does not come across very clearly with a clean tone. This is why you need the distortion to help. It'll come out for you. So you're going to tap 14, 15, slide back to 14 and then pull off, and you're really just going to descend down this little 6-note group and then finally finish on B7. So let me give you the exact verbal tab just to be utterly clear, right? So tap, high 14, slide 15, slide back to 14, pull to pinky on high 12, pull 10, pull 8, and then on the B string pull 12, pull 10, pull 8, and then slide back and play B7, okay? Alright, so a little bit at the end, just a little bit kind of convoluted really. Easy to miss. You get it right, it sounds cool. Let's see, a bit of distortion for it to come out. Alright, and then the other stuff I played in the line, I've just kind of improvised a bit of nonsense ending there. So if you're feeling like you want to challenge, try and figure out what I played. It was mostly pretty simple. So a descending A minor 7 arpeggio and then some pentatonic sort of nonsense. Can't remember exactly what I played now. But yeah, try and figure that out as well. I'll leave that for you to do yourself, just for a little challenge. Well, I mean, that's the teaching of the line complete. So why do we not just let you hear it again, fire it back up the tempo with the backing track, and we'll have a listen one final time, eh? Right, let's do it. Okay, well that wraps it up for another lick of the week. I hope that wasn't too difficult for you, trying to make these just a little bit more accessible so they're not quite so ludicrously whittlesome as all the other stuff, but still, you know, should sound pretty cool. Before I go, I'm going to encourage you to check me out on various other social networks, apart from my website, which is of course www.rowanjparker.com. You can also get me on Twitter, @RowanJParker. I'm on Facebook, I have a Facebook page which is Rowan J Parker, which you can like if you like. I'm also on SoundCloud, and that is Rowan-Parker on SoundCloud. And of course I'm also on YouTube, which you're watching, and the YouTube channel is just merely Rowan J Parker. And I've been assured that if you shove my name into a search engine, type in Rowan J Parker, well, all this stuff comes up, so there'll be no shortage of ways to get in contact with me if you like. Should say also the website, if you subscribe to the website, you need to do is fire in your email address and subscribe. I'll send you a whole bunch of free and exclusive content, instruction videos which I will not be posting up to YouTube or anywhere else, just subscriber exclusive content, so be sure to subscribe if you want to get that cool stuff. Alright, well that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll check you out next time on another Leg of the Week. Farewell!